One of the most dangerous spiders in the world, and tonight a found in Newcastle is making history. The largest spider ever found.
It's the biggest we've ever received.
That is obscenely enormous. They are dangerous. Arguably, they are one of the most venomous spiders in the world.
Look up! The world is full of weird and amazing things. From deep forest to your own backyard, strange animals, odd happenings, and unbelievable sights are waiting to be found. Are they nature's wild ideas, something people made, or things we can't even guess? Keep your eyes open. You might see the next amazing thing right near you.
You okay, bud? Oh my gosh.
The old maple tree on the seashore had to be cut down due to disease. As the workers made their final cut, something strange happened. The tree split open, revealing a mass of white, worm-like creatures wriggling inside. People gathered around, both fascinated and horrified. Some thought it was a sign of a curse or an alien invasion, but workers explained that these were actually wood-boring beetle larvae. They had been living inside the dying tree, helping break down the wood. Starfish. On November 30th, southern Thailand's beach became a hub of excitement. Beachgoers spotted a strange creature in the sand. Curious, they poked it gently but couldn't identify it. A marine expert rushed to the scene. He examined the odd being and declared it a black feather starfish. This rare creature had long, stick-like black legs and a hard body. The expert explained that these unusual fish typically live in the ocean's depths. Waterfall surprise! On Hillview, a group of hikers happened upon an incredible sight. A strange object emerged from a small waterfall in the mountains. It was long, and it looked like tree branches were tumbling down with the water. At first, the hikers thought they were bamboo piles. But as they watched, these things began to wiggle and move. A student researcher who was with his friends got very excited. He told everyone these were actually rare land jellyfish. He took some samples of it for research and then continued his hiking. Beach discovery.
You okay, bud? Oh my gosh.
A boy on a regular beach walk saw something strange in the sand. A big red crab shell. As he got closer, he noticed the crab wasn't moving. But then he saw something even more surprising. Inside the empty shell, dozens of tiny black crabs were hiding. These little crabs had found a clever way to stay safe. They used the old shell as their home, hiding from birds and strong waves. He was amazed at how smart these tiny beach creatures were. He carefully left the shell where he found it so the little crabs could keep their special hideout.
You okay, bud? Oh my gosh.
Mysterious hands. One night, a boy was startled awake by strange noises coming from the kitchen. He was curious and decided to look into it. What he found was strange. A furry hand was snatching food by poking its way through a tiny hole. He took out his phone, scared but curious, and recorded the event. He discovered that the visitor was a hungry and homeless otter. Wipey whip! Imagine walking into your bathroom and coming face to face with a creepy, crawling creature. That's exactly what happened to one startled homeowner in Africa. The weird animal had a flat body, 8 legs, and large pincers. It appeared to a scorpion-spider hybrid. Despite its scary appearance, a quick internet search revealed it was a whip scorpion. The homeowner bravely tried to catch it, but the scorpion fought back. After a tricky chase, he managed to capture it. He took it and released it in a nearby forest. Mystery box creature. A fish lover got a surprise box full of strange sea animals from his uncle, marine expert. The box had many bags with different sea creatures. First, there was a black starfish. It wasn't like the usual red ones. The starfish crawled all over the person's hand to sense the human limbs. When he put in water aquarium, it moved super fast and went to the rocks. The person was happy with all these weird sea creatures. They put the animals in their new aquarium, an outside pond. Now, they have a home full of amazing ocean life to watch and care for. The Forest Guardian. A gardener made an incredible discovery in his backyard. A strange creature that had a complete plant right on its head and a humanoid body. He named it a humanoid polygonum and eagerly shared its unique features with his neighbors. This magical being had an important job. Its roots connected to the oldest trees in the forest, helping them stay strong and healthy. The gardener understood that the humanoid polygonum's roots were linked to the ancient trees in the forest, essential for its vitality, so he planted the humanoid polygonum back in his backyard, where it grew strong and made his garden flourish. Green Pond Monster. And a town's local pond suddenly became the center of excitement. Onlookers gathered at the water's edge, phones out, recording an unbelievable sight. Something huge was moving beneath the surface, its greenish body and glowing red eyes visible through the murky water. When they focused, to everyone's amazement, it was a lobster, but one of massive proportions. This was no ordinary lobster. Its size and unusual features suggested it might be the result of a secret scientific experiment. Before anyone could examine it closely, the creature suddenly disappeared into the muddy water. Big Wher. In a New Zealand garden, a young boy found a weird giant insect under a log. It looked like a big brown grasshopper. The boy's dad, a nature guide, explained it was a male Auckland tree weta. These cool creatures are found only in New Zealand and can be as big as a mouse. He became so excited that he studied the weta closely and discovered how it lived in their garden. Then he recorded all the features and posted them online, where it became a highlight. Weta is still living in their garden as a family member. A mysterious visitor at the port. Fishermen at a busy port got a big surprise. They spotted something odd moving in the water near their boats. At first, they thought it might be a seal, but this creature was behaving strangely. The animal zigzagged through the waves, its face pointing up and its middle body splashing around. It didn't swim like any sea creature. Curious, one brave fisherman moved closer to get a better look. To his amazement, he realized it might be the legendary Loch Ness Monster. He took his phone to take a picture, but the mysterious visitor had other plans. Before the fisherman could snap a clear photo, the creature suddenly dipped beneath the waves and vanished. Ice magma. During a research trip, a team of researchers felt the ground shake near a frozen pond. Alerted, they saw something incredible. A pulsing red surface in the cracked ice. They realized it was hot magma bubbling up through the ice cracks. Excited by their discovery, the team snapped photos and videos. They shared the incredible sight on their social media accounts. People all over the world were amazed to see fire and ice together in such a dramatic way. The monkey-chicken hybrid. The villagers were horrified to learn the truth after they caught a strange animal. The animal had a monkey face but a chicken body. News about this weird discovery spread fast, and experts rushed to see this bizarre animal. They suspected it was a hybrid of a monkey and a chicken. Villagers suspected on their own and found that the vet in their village did this mixed breeding of different animals and threw these animals outside. Wildlife officials quickly took the hybrid to a special sanctuary for study and care, and the police took serious action against the vet. Gigapilla. A man on a road found something amazing and creepy. Looked like a giant slithering creature was moving across the path. As he got closer, he realized it was made up of hundreds of caterpillars, all moving together as one. He called his friend, an entomologist, who came to investigate. She explained that this was a rare phenomenon called a caterpillar train. The insects were working together for protection and efficient movement. The caterpillar beast became a local attraction. Dancing sea slug. During a school trip to the aquarium, something strange caught the students' eyes. They saw a see-through bag with frilly edges dancing in the water. The aquarium experts told them it was a nudibranch melibe, a special kind of sea slug. This weird creature eats tiny sea animals and baby sea creatures. The students were amazed to learn about this rare sea slug. The trip made a big impact on the students. They were so excited about the nudibranch melibe that they made a project about it for their school's science fair. They showed everyone how rare and cool this sea creature is. Their project helped other people learn about this unusual animal that looks like a dancing see-through bag in the ocean. Mini bear. The shop owner revealed his attempt to mix different animals had led to this unexpected, adorable result. But it was not vaccinated, which is why he kept it in a cage in his backyard. It was a rare puppy, and today the special pup enjoys a happy life in its new home. Its unique charm continues to bring joy to its family and online fans alike. The Headless WASP. In the backyard of a home, a 12-year-old spotted something bizarre. A wasp was sitting near the window, but its head was missing. He watched in curiosity as the wasp's body moved around. Suddenly, it found its head nearby. The kid couldn't believe his eyes as the wasp picked up its own head with its legs and flew away. He shared the whole scene with his mother, who was an entomologist, and explained that some wasps can survive for a short time without their heads before eventually succumbing due to hunger. This one was probably trying to escape a predator. Macian Flying Fox. A riverside local noticed a winged creature flying overhead. Strange occurrences began popping up. Curious, people called in experts to investigate. A wildlife specialist identified the mysterious flyer as a Macian Flying Fox, a giant black bat with impressive wings. According to the expert, these fruit-eating bats are essential for pollinating plants and dispersing seeds. That's why the bat was hovering while searching for food. It turned their fear into fascination for this important creature, and they shared a few fruits with the bat as well. Albino Cockroach. In Manasquan, New Jersey, a pest control worker found something amazing in his home: a pure white albino cockroach. It wasn't a special type, but a normal one that had just changed its skin and hadn't turned brown yet. He carefully caught the cockroach and decided to keep it as a pet. He named it Snowflake and made a special home for it. A young man used Snowflake to teach people about insects. He showed how even common bugs can be interesting and special. Fiery sea invasion. The Caribbean cruise was preparing while passengers were pointing at the water in amazement. In the sea, a lot of fuzzy, colorful creatures were swimming around the ship. Some thought it was seaweeds or strange worms. A crew member started recording the incredible sight on his phone. A marine expert was also available there. He identified them as bearded fireworms. Beautiful but dangerous sea creatures because their bristles can cause a painful burning sensation if touched. The video became a hit online, reminding everyone to admire sea life from a safe distance. Alien-like hatchlings. A video went viral in Telugu states claiming aliens were found at a Vizag construction site. The footage showed strange bird-like creatures sparking wild speculation. Construction workers had stumbled upon the odd beings and quickly shared photos on WhatsApp. The images spread rapidly, with many believing they were proof of extraterrestrial life. However, wildlife experts soon cleared up the mystery. The aliens were actually owl babies. Their large eyes and fluffy bodies had fooled many viewers. The incident highlighted how easily misidentification can lead to false rumors in the age of social media. Feathery friend. You might have seen garbage in your backyard, but in the quiet town of Hillview, a boy was playing in his backyard when something very unusual caught his eye. It looked like a white crab, but it had fluffy feathers all over its body. He watched as the creature scuttled around, its feathery wings fluttering in the breeze. It almost looked like it was wearing a fancy white costume. Excited by his discovery, the boy called his friends over to see. They both wondered where this unusual animal came from and how it ended up in Hillview. Before they could caught it, it went into the small wall. With time, it became the talk of the town. As it started appearing more and more, one of the neighbors then identified it as an Australian ladybird. Zombie bird. In a small-town park, people gathered to watch a strange bird. It looked like a crow, but with extra bat-like wings. Some thought it was a zombie bird or a sign of bad luck. In stunned feelings, an animal expert was called to investigate. He discovered the extra wings were actually thin plastic sheets stuck to the crow. Someone had played a cruel prank on the poor bird. He carefully removed the plastic wings and freed the crow. Skeleton panda sea squirt. You must have heard about scientists and their experiments, but this time they found something really strange. Scientists in Japan have made an exciting discovery in the ocean and brought it to the aquarium center. A tiny new sea creature that looks like a mix between a skeleton and a panda. It was about the size of a paper clip with a see-through body that showed off its insides, making it look like a tiny skeleton. But what really catches the eye are its black spots, which remind people of a panda's markings. Japanese researchers were so amazed by this unique creature that they gave it a special name, Clavellina ossipandi, which means little bottle skeleton panda. Crab versus jelly monster. A day at the beach turned exciting when a kid spotted something unusual in the sand. A black jelly-like creature was trying to eat a crab. The brave crab fought back hard, catching a kid's attention. The kid shouted and tried to gather people. People rushed to help, working together to free the crab from the weird jelly monster. The crowd was both scared and thrilled by this strange discovery. When they shared pictures online, a marine expert identified it as a flatworm, a creature that can spread like venom. Not wanting to take any chances, one quick-thinking beachgoer scooped up the flatworm and tossed it back into the sea, ending the bizarre beach battle. Headless frog.
Right, check this frog out.
A frog without a head? That's what someone found. In a junkyard in Pahoa, Hawaii, a person was walking around when they saw something odd. It was a frog, but it didn't have a head. The frog was hopping around like normal. The finder took pictures and showed them to a frog expert. The expert was amazed. He said the frog wasn't really headless, but its head was very small and hidden in its body. It might be due to a rare genetic condition. This was a rare problem that some frogs can have. The finder and the expert decided to leave him there after taking its pictures.
Right, check this frog out.
Fish eating fish. Two friends were fishing when they spotted something weird floating nearby. It looked like something was in fish mouth. They carefully netted it and brought it aboard for a closer look. But they found one fish, a large bass white crappie, had another smaller fish lodged in its mouth. The smaller fish's tail was sticking out. Both fish were lifeless, frozen in this bizarre pose. A marine biologist examined the find and explained that the bass had tried to eat a fish too big for its mouth and choked. This reminded everyone about the delicate balance in nature. Two-legged camel. In a small desert village, something amazing happened. A baby camel was born, but it only had 2 front legs. Everyone was shocked when they saw it. The villagers called an animal doctor to help. He told them that the camel had a rare problem it was born with. Even though it was different, the little camel was brave and tried hard to move around. The whole village came together to take care of the special camel. They made sure it had food and was comfortable. Soon, people from far away heard about the 2-legged camel. It became famous for being strong and not giving up. The little camel taught everyone that being different can be special, and that with help and love, you can overcome big challenges. Red snail.
Like this. Look at his freaking eyes right here.
2 fishermen got a big shock while checking their crab nets. Instead of crabs, they pulled up something really weird. It looked like a huge, red, slimy blob. The men had never seen anything like it before. They carefully took it home and called a sea animal expert for help. When she arrived, she got super excited. The expert told them it was a rare type of sea snail. She explained how special it was to find one. The fishermen were happy to learn about their strange catch. They helped the expert gently put the slimy creature back in the water where it belonged.
Like this. Look at his freaking eyes right here.
The pink sea dragon. Some fishermen found a lifeless, weird sea creature on the seashore. It was all in pink, with a long tail and a fish-like head, and it had odd pink whiskers that resembled a mustache, and octopus-like eyes. The fishermen were excited to know more about it, so they contacted marine experts. They revealed it as a pink sea dragon. Such animals could be born due to lab experiments or water pollution, so they took the carcass to their laboratory to find out more. Hungry budworms. Woodcutters were working in a forest when they found tiny caterpillars. They were eating the tree buds from the inside. These were budworms, and they were everywhere. The workers carefully collected the budworms in a black bag. They didn't want to hurt the forest, but they knew the budworms could damage many trees. Later, they took the bag to a nature center. The scientists there were excited. They used the budworms to teach people about forest life. Some budworms were kept to study, while others were fed to hungry birds at the center. The forest's warning. In the forest, lumbermen were hard at work cutting down trees for the construction of the arborist lab. Suddenly, they noticed something strange happening. The land started breathing. The ground beneath their feet began to move and shift in odd ways. Confused and a bit scared, the workers stopped what they were doing. It seemed like something underground was pushing up, creating bumps and ripples on the surface. The lumbermen watched in amazement as the forest floor came alive. The arborist rushes to investigate this mysterious underground force. They also got confused about the phenomenon, but the research is still going on. Spy bugs. In a small town, strange insects started appearing. They looked normal, but something was off. One day, a curious kid noticed they never flew away when he got close. He caught one and found it was a tiny robot with a camera. The kid informed the elders in his home, and they discovered that their neighbor had a secret lab making these spy bugs. They then informed the police about this. After serious actions, the lab was shut down, and the town learned an important lesson about privacy. Living arm. A beachgoer stumbled upon a strange sight in the sand. A long blue wiggly thing was moving by itself. He grabbed it to check, and that thing rolled on his arm and sucked his skin. In tenseness, curious onlookers gathered. A nearby marine expert was called. He explained that it was an octopus arm, still moving even though it was separated from its body. The arm had neurons that kept firing, making it wriggle long after the octopus had died, which is why it is reacting and sucking the arm. The octopus arm was then returned to the sea, where it would become part of the ocean's food chain. The miraculous empty fish. You must have heard about scientists and their experiments, but this time they found something really strange. Scientists in Japan were studying fish when they saw something that made their jaws drop. A fish that looked lifeless suddenly came back to life. He picked the fish and showed how its body was cut. When they put the fish back in the water, instead of floating like a normal, lifeless fish, it started swimming in circles with its friends. This wasn't just for a few seconds. It kept going for almost a minute. The fish bumped into the sides of the pool and crashed into other fish like a crazy underwater pinball. Everyone watched in amazement as the supposedly lifeless fish zoomed around. Finally, it ran out of energy, turned on its side, and floated still. The scientists learned this weird behavior is actually common in many animals after they are no moo. It's like one last burst of life before the end. This discovery showed that even when we think we know everything about nature, it can still surprise us.
Bono.
Great snake invasion. Fishermen in Coral Bay were alarmed when they saw what looked like thousands of snakes covering the beach. People panicked, thinking it was an invasion of sea serpents. A marine biologist arrived to investigate and revealed that these weren't snakes at all, but discarded fishing nets. The town had gathered them for a big recycling project. Everyone laughed when they realized their mistake. It turned out to be a funny story to tell instead of a scary snake invasion. One-eyed wonder. A strange baby animal was born in the farmer's house. It had soft, tan fur and long legs, but something was different. Instead of two eyes, it had one large eye in the center of its face, and from mouth, it looked like a camel. Villagers were amazed and a bit scared. Some thought it was a mythical creature. A veterinarian examined the animal, explaining it had a rare condition called cyclopia. Despite its unusual appearance, the animal was gentle and playful. Burnt rocks. An archaeologist and her team were digging near the Dead Sea, hoping to find ancient treasures. But this time they found rocks with a strange, burnt exterior. Curious about what made the white tiny rock special, the team decided to do an unusual test. They carefully heated it. To their surprise, it started to burn with an odd smell. When they checked what was left after burning, they found lots of sulfur, much more than normal rocks should have. This made them wonder, could these rocks be proof of the old Bible story about the city of Gomorrah being destroyed by fire? While scientists are still debating what it means, this exciting find has made people eager to dig more in the area. Now Elito's new home. In a remote forest, explorers set up a trail camera near a waterfall where strange sightings had been reported daily. Locals spoke of a mysterious creature that defied classification. Was it a snake, a fish, or some kind of dragon? One morning, as the team reviewed the footage, they were stunned. Emerging from the water, a long, sleek body with shimmering scales slithered onto the rocks. It had the head of a reptile with sharp eyes and a mouth filled with teeth. Yet it moved with the fluid grace of a fish. The creature paused, seemingly aware of the camera, before disappearing back into the depths. Was it a rare reptile or something entirely unknown? The mystery remains unsolved. Egg within an egg. Wow. A man had just come home from grocery shopping and was getting ready to cook. But when he opened the egg carton, he couldn't believe his eyes. One of the eggs was huge, about 3 times bigger than the others. Curious, he carefully cracked it open. To his amazement, there was another whole egg inside. And that's not all. The yolk was super big too. Excited by his weird find, the man quickly took pictures of the egg within an egg. He posted them on his social media accounts to share his unusual kitchen adventure. Soon, people were commenting and sharing his post, amazed by the rare double egg. The man's ordinary cooking day had turned into an exciting, extraordinary discovery. Wow. Open discussion. On a dark November night in 2023, deep in a Congo forest, a trail camera captured something terrifying. A massive spider, bigger than any ever seen before, crept through the shadows. Brave followers tracked the giant arachnid through the dense jungle. Their hearts raced as they watched it scuttle into an abandoned room hidden in the forest. The creature seemed to sense danger, tucking itself away beneath the room's surface. When a daring man approached to catch the spider, it suddenly came out from its hiding spot and arose from the backside hidden tunnel. It was so huge that the man called the agency to deal with it.